MMAsucker.com here with UFC heavyweight Josh Barnett. Had some fighters fight up here at Super Fight League.
Yes.
Congratulations on both of them. Both of them coming out victorious, title belts around their waists.
Yeah, it's a lot better than those gaudy belts that they've been wearing normally. This fake faux lizard skin with some crazy, weird pewter belt buckle. I mean, they don't even ride bulls.
Interesting. Victor Henry comes up with a huge armbar victory in the first round.
Which is surprising considering he's so small.
True, and he said that he's a Taekwondo guy as his background, but he says his catch wrestling has gotten a lot better because of you. Just props to you for that.
Well, I mean, not just myself, but Eric Paulson and Scotty Epstein has helped him quite a bit on his ground game as of recent. Giving him different looks and just helping him with little things. And that's all we do is we just give him the opportunity to make the most of it. And people like Victor and Colleen, they're the ones that really put that time in and go out there and make the changes into their game, whether they're winning or when people are having a rough time of it. Oh, you're pretty driven to find some difference for success, some change to bring about the result that you want. But someone like Victor, who's actually he's on a roll right now. He beat a guy that's got 60 fights, a champion from Japan, his last fight, and he just beat a tough guy in Corey Von Bauer. Who comes from the famous Washington Von Bauer wrestling family. Those guys are tough as nails. But it's because he puts the time in the gym.
How close do you think these two are to making it to the big show, either the UFC or, say, Bellator or something like that?
Oh, I could put them in any of those shows right now. If that was the case, they could be fighting there with anybody. But it's about not just putting somebody in some specific league or anything like that. It's about building someone's career, and it's about building the experience, giving them the opportunity of life as it is. He got to fly and fight in Japan and get paid for it. We're working on other things like, Colleen fought in India before for Super Fight League. Yep. It's a matter of trying to make the most of this career. It's not just a goal. Shouldn't just be to go out there and just fight people. You can fight people anywhere, and eventually they want to get to the top of the food chain, and whatever route that has to be, they'll be there. But right now we're putting them out there, fighting them all over the world, and growing them not only as fighters but as people.
Now let's talk about you. When can we expect to see you back inside the UFC Octagon?
I don't know. I mean, I might corner somebody here in the near future. That would definitely put me inside the Octagon.
Good answer. Now, the heavyweight division itself right now, a lot of people are talking about how the top 10 is a lot of older guys, not guys necessarily in their prime at the moment. Are you a little shocked by this at all?
No, it's just like with the young girls. They like the older men because we know what we're doing. Same thing. We know how to find the proverbial MMA G-spot.
Now, we saw Alistair Overeem lose his last fight. Is that a fight that interests you at all?
Him losing the last fight? Does that interest me?
You fighting him.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Why not? I'll fight pretty much anybody. So it's not really a concern. Just right now, the schedule just isn't open to going out and getting in the cage right now. I've got a lot of big stuff coming up. Been really busy, not just with training, folks like Victor Henry and Colleen Schneider, but Laura Anderson is up at actually your neck of the woods. She's an SFU wrestler.
Okay.
Her first year wrestling as a catch wrestler, walked in there, took 6th in the nation with an All-American. Her first year wrestling, was varsity on the team. This year I expect good, strong performance out of her, if not, a WCWA National Championship for Simon Fraser. And Simon Fraser's got a fantastic women's wrestling team. I had the opportunity to work with some of them last year. They're great gals, great wrestlers, great athletes. And Laura and Colleen are actually going to head to Hungary for the FILA World Grappling Championships because they won the U.S. World Team Trials for it.
Wow.
So there's things like that, and then the acting career is really picking up too. So I got a lot of work ahead of me, and I expect to be ready to go sometime early next year.
As well as those things, you have an awesome podcast. I have to congratulate you on that as well.
Thank you.
It's something that I listen to all the time. Just talk about it a little bit.
I have a podcast on Fox Sports right now called Josh Barnett Conquers the World. It's not just about fighting. In fact, if you just come to it just for a fighting perspective, you'll be sorely disappointed. I try to have on as many musicians, artists, comic artists, what have you. I've got a whole mind full of odd, interesting, and people that I think have a unique voice that can either just be entertaining or stimulate somebody to think in a better and a more complex and structured way. Honestly, I don't believe in going out there and having a voice if it doesn't really amount to anything. And so part of the podcast is just me addressing what I feel is important to talk about, current events at times, and just putting my opinion out there. And while it is my opinion, and I value it greatly, I just want to get people thinking, and I want to try and, in the end, make some sort of an impact on a bigger scale than just entertainment.
Definitely. Thanks a lot, Josh, and congratulations on your fighters tonight.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.